Hi guys, welcome to another Mind Right Monday. I'm Bonnie Kelly, and this week we're going to talk about my greatest life lesson. Hi guys, welcome to another Mind Right Monday. I'm Bonnie Kelly, and so this week we're talking about my greatest life lesson. And for many of you, you may not actually know this about me, but after graduating high school, I took off like a gypsy. I moved from Michigan to Mississippi, Alabama to Georgia to Ohio, back to Michigan again, and then finally out to California. I was running. In fact, I was running from my life and hoping that magically I would find a new home somewhere and it was going to be perfect. I was looking for the perfect man who would swoop in and save me. And I would land the perfect career and finally my family would accept and be proud of me. So during this 3 years, I was completely unaware that my location wasn't the problem. And with each move came a greater sense of disappointment, despair, and hopelessness. I was so unaware of how I was participating in my problem, and I was consumed with the idea that everything outside of me was the actual problem. No matter how far I ran or how long I was gone, no matter where I worked or who I dated, it was never enough. It wasn't until my final journey to California where my greatest lesson was finally received. So my move to California wasn't a long thought out conscious choice. Rather, it too was another desperate cry for salvation. Before my move, I had once again found myself being homeless, jobless, being sexually assaulted, and miserable. I was at my wit's end, literally. And with just $300 to my name, I gave away all my personal belongings that couldn't fit into my bags and hopped a one-way train heading to California. It was here that I was going to meet my real father. The train ride was long. It took 4 days and 3 nights to make this journey. With no drugs, no electronics, or people to distract me, I began what ultimately would be my path to personal freedom. As the train winded across the countryside, I began to reflect on the past 7 years of hell, which was my life. With nowhere to run or no one to distract myself, or no way to distract myself, I was forced to take a long, hard look in the mirror. What I discovered was terrifying. I had no idea who this woman was staring back at me in the mirror. I was overwhelmed with feelings of worthlessness and anger and shame. It was at this point, it was seriously, totally unbearable. I wanted more than anything for these feelings to go away, for this pain to be over, but I could no longer ignore them. By forcing myself into silence, I journaled day in and day out. For the first time in my life, I realized how all of my moving and codependent relationships were in search of one thing: someone to save me. This realization sparked an emotional revolution inside of me. And for the first time, I realized that what was to be my greatest life lesson, and that is, no one is going to save me. If I want change in my life, I had to make the change. If I wanted happiness, I needed to learn and to feel and to heal happiness. If I wanted financial freedom, I needed to find a path to it. The only way my life could ever change was if I changed. This realization of personal responsibility directly challenged my victim mindset and put me in a place of self-empowerment. From that moment forward, when I found things in my life that I didn't like, whether it be relationships, work, lack of money, or lack of friendship, I took ownership of this. I invested in making the change. Still today, this lesson serves me in all that I do. Instead of being angry or blaming or complaining about something in my life, I recognize that it's my responsibility to do something, to seek out help, guidance, and begin to work on making change. This week, this is what I encourage you to do for yourself, is to reflect on this lesson, to recognize that no one is ever going to make the change for you. That start by looking at what you are complaining about. What are you shaming yourself over? And then ask, what do you need to do to make change in this area? Recognizing that change will never happen if you don't make the effort towards changing it will drastically improve your life. You can have, do, and be anything that you want and you desire in your life if you choose to aim your willpower towards doing it. I hope this epiphany that hit me almost a decade ago has inspired you this week to let go of complaining, let go of anything in your life that does not serve you, and begin to just take ownership of that. You can do it, and I wish you nothing short of love and success as you adventure off this week. Good luck, my friend, and until next time, I'm Bonnie Kelly.